So you're a real estate wholesaler and you want to do deals nationally, but you're wondering, how do I close the deal? And what mechanism do I do? A double escrow? Do I do an assignment? And what about the paperwork involved to get the transaction done? Those are the big questions I know I had when we pivoted about 2 years ago, going nationally. So in this short video, I got a couple different things. I want to explain and actually give you some resources for actually some really good title companies that we use, but I also want to talk about the actual transaction itself, and then actually talk about how we work with the buyer and what we do in order so we don't like reveal our assignment fee to the buyer and they end up trying to renegotiate the deal because they think your fee's too big, right? So I'm going to talk about that. Also, too, I want to invite you to a couple different programs that we have. It's called Deal Syndicate, and that's where if you're brand new and you're getting started and you haven't done a deal yet, this is a perfect program because you get to work directly with my team here in Phoenix 4 times a year. We bring the leads, we get to talk to the sellers, we get to make offers, we get to get properties under contract, and you're not just sitting in a classroom learning, you're actually doing. So you get to sit side by side with my team and be able to make offers over the phone, figure out comparable properties, get properties under contract, and we do that, and guess what? You get paid a percentage of those profits, which is amazing. It's been one of the most successful programs ever, Deal Syndicate. It's amazing, and we've got more success stories coming out of there like crazy. The other one is Six-Figure Syndicate. Six-Figure Syndicate is where you've done at least $50,000 a year in revenue. Maybe you're a solopreneur, maybe you're just doing everything yourself, and you want to scale it to an actual business where you can leave and you still get paid. You can go on vacation for a month, and guess what? You still have a team of people that's out there doing deals and producing revenue. That is Six-Figure Syndicate. It's an incredible program, and I want to invite you to those. So all you gotta do is click the link below. You can learn more about those, and we talk about these different things like getting the transaction closed and giving you resources to be able to make it happen. So, all right, so let's get into the video and talk about specifically how to get deals done. Well, first off, I've been doing deals now for 18 years, and primarily in Phoenix for 16 of the 18 years. And I had Eileen Brown. She was at American Title. She did all my transactions. I had a great relationship with her. We give her every deal we had, and it worked great. I would just get property in contract, send her, she'd open an escrow, we'd find a buyer, and we typically do a double escrow or an assignment deal and get that deal closed. So what happens is when we pivoted nationally about 2 years ago, how do we do deals? We didn't have relationships with title companies. You got different states, you got attorney states, you got escrow, you get title. How do you get all these transactions done? And then the other question becomes is when you're negotiating with a buyer and you have an assignment contract, because a lot of deals, most of the 99% of the deals we do across the country are assignment deals. How do you protect your fees so they don't negotiate you out of the transaction? Well, first off, I'll talk about that here in a second, but let's talk about resources, right? So we work with primarily 3 different title companies. The first one is Clothesline Settlements. You can just Google them, Clothesline Settlements. And we work with them. They work in about 43 different states, and they work with attorney states and like New York and like Atlanta, and they're out of Massachusetts. We have a different source for that. And then we work with Fidelity National Title, typically out of California and Texas. We work with Blueprint Title. They're out of Texas as well. So between those, we have pretty much the majority of the United States covered when it comes with doing deals, right? Now, and they will handle all the paperwork, and they're going to handle all the money. They're going to handle dealing with the seller, getting the documents signed. They typically send out a notary to the seller, and they'll get all the documents signed, and we sign our documents. But it's done literally 100% virtual. I think their offices are back in Massachusetts, somewhere, but they do deals. They do deals in about 43 different states for us in the escrow title side of it. So, so that is that's what we do with our title companies. Now, the next question becomes, how do you protect your fee with a buyer? And how does that negotiation work? Well, the first thing we do is we'll get a contract with the buyer, meaning we're going to have a purchase contract. Now, if you do a purchase contract with the buyer and they send in earnest money, now you're negotiating on the property, the condition of the property, the value of the property versus your assignment fee. Now, what I used to do is we send an assignment out, right, to a buyer, and he'd look at the fee and go, wait a minute, this is a $50,000 fee, $18,000 fee. Now, our average fees are $55,000. So they get it and they go, hey, it's a $50,000 fee. Well, the house needs, and they start wanting to negotiate the deal, right? Prior to having any leverage, which is earnest money. So we got smart and we said, we can't do that anymore. So what we did was, now what we do is we have them sign a purchase contract, and then they send in their earnest money. Now, when they sign a purchase contract, now you're negotiating only on the property, the value, the condition is what you want to negotiate off. Now, once they send in their earnest money is non-refundable, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, whatever the value of the house is. Then what we do is prior to closing, we'll send them an assignment agreement. Now, that assignment agreement is sent, and now they'll get the assignment agreement. Now, if they want to negotiate on the assignment agreement, well, guess what? We already have leverage, which is the earnest money. We've never had a situation where someone walks away from earnest money because we don't negotiate the assignment fee. But it's happened many times where we don't have any leverage, that they negotiate the fee and pretty much hold it over our head, which sucks. So if you have a title company like the ones I mentioned that understand your process of doing business, then you can get the contract, you can get the earnest money that comes in, and then you can get the assignment agreement that follows. And all the deals we do are assignment contracts, which are great because you don't have to pay both sides of the escrow on a double escrow. So I hope this helped. Now, if you want to learn how we do this in negotiating, actually do these transactions and be able to get introductions to these title companies and the people we work with directly, then you got to either join us in Deal Syndicate if you're brand new and you want to learn how to do deals and actually take action doing deals, or Six Figure Syndicate. It's our mastermind. It's like the best mastermind on the planet. It's amazing. And we only specifically talk about virtual wholesaling, building a business virtual wholesaling. There's other masterminds out there that will have a conglomeration of real estate investors that will be apartment people and wholesalers and buy and hold people and Airbnb people. Here in the mastermind that I run and that we do is specifically about real estate wholesaling, about wholesaling houses primarily virtually across the country. And that process is scaling and building that particular model. So if that's what you're interested in, if that's what you want to do, if that's what you want to build, because this is the best business on the planet, then I would highly recommend you click the link below, join us on the next page. You'll learn all about it. You have to apply for it. We got to make sure you're a right fit for it and we're a right fit for you. And then we can take it from there. So I hope this video helped. I hope it added value to your life, and take care and God bless.